Welcome back to Black Watch Unfiltered, where we deliver the news unfiltered, unapologetic, and unafraid. So today we have a case coming out of Carteret County, North Carolina, where Mr. Zachary Noel found himself in a whole heap of trouble. Yes, he did, guys. So according to court documents, on September the 1st, 2025, Mr. Noel was charged with public peace, free text, communicating threats of mass violence, North Carolina General Statute 14-277.6, offense code 5399, on or about the date of the offense shown and in the county name above. The defendant unlawfully, willfully, and feloniously did communicate threats on YouTube stating, I quote, "I'm going to shoot up a black preschool. 20 black babies will be shot and then skinned like the animals they are." So, guys, I just want to remind y'all that making threats on YouTube does not keep you safe, because guess who turned Mr. Zachary Noel in? You guessed it, YouTube. On September the 1st, 2025, Mr. Noel was arrested and charged. He bonded out with $30,000 secured bond, only to be rearrested on September the 2nd, 2025, this time by the FBI. He still remains in custody and his bond is revoked. It is alleged that Noel posted a comment on YouTube under the username "Commenters Hate Me" on August the 27th, stating his intention to shoot up a preschool, injuring or killing 20 black children, among other violent and racist threats. It is also alleged that the day prior, he allegedly posted another vicious race-related threat under the same account, with a number of slurs. Google LLC reported the threats to the FBI Operations Center on August the 31st, having linked the Commenters Hate Me account to the email registered to Noel with associated phone numbers and address. So I would like to say thank you, Google, for doing your due diligence and getting this criminal off the street.
Police say a Newport man has been arrested after allegedly making a threat of massive online. The Carteret County Sheriff's Office charged 25-year-old Zachary Newell with communicating a threat of mass violence on educational property. According to the Sheriff's Office, the FBI says Newell allegedly posted a threat against an unnamed black preschool that was extremely violent and hate motivated. Once the Sheriff's Office was told of the threat, deputies went to Newell's home and he was taken into custody. Deputies got a search warrant and searched his home as part of the investigation. Newell posted a $30,000 bond before later being taken into federal custody by the Sheriff's Office and FBI. He remains in federal custody and additional charges from the FBI are coming. That's according to the Sheriff's Office. Now, the Sheriff's Office did say that Newell did not name a specific preschool or education property in the online threat.
So y'all keyboard warriors, y'all are on alert. Y'all will be turned in by Google, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whomever. Keep doing what you're doing and watch your ass end up behind bars. So in our second story, we have a horrific case coming out of Michigan, where a Michigan doctor, William Murdoch, was just arrested and charged with trying to have sex with a 5-year-old little girl in Florida. People like this need to be castrated. Dr. Murdoch was caught up in an online sting where he created a profile and tried to establish a relationship with the undercover mother of the 5-year-old child in order to have sexual relationship with the child. It is alleged that he was willing to travel from Michigan to Florida in order to make this happen.
Family doctor from Monroe arrested in an undercover sex crime sting operation out of Florida.
Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Now, police say Dr. William Murdoch tried to solicit sex with a 5-year-old girl from an undercover agent pretending to be the girl's mother.
For obscene communication with intent to solicit parent or guardian for sexual contact with a child. Investigation began in June of this year, where the suspect contacted one of our detectives who were interacting on a chat app, posing to be a parent of children, and he spent some time establishing rapport and ultimately planned with the detective to establish a relationship with a 5-year-old daughter for sexual contact. This time I'll take any questions.
What does that mean?
Which part, ma'am?
What he was doing on the chat.
He is somebody who is looking to develop a relationship with a parent so that he can access their child for sexual contact.
Now, how did the detective know to talk to this doctor? Like, how did that play into?
The detective creates a profile that certain people would probably find appealing and attractive, and they allow the predators to come to them.
Was he offering like money in exchange? Was it, I mean, it was...
No, it was just posing to develop a relationship with the mother in order to access the child. There was no discussion about exchange of money.
Chief, did this happen? I mean, I'm naive to this. Does this actually happen in our world, that someone would actually try and get a mother to give them their child?
Unfortunately, it's quite prevalent. The internet's a dark and dangerous place, and it allows people with bad intentions an avenue to communicate with people across not only the country but the whole world.
But I mean, for a parent to participate, is that?
It does happen. It does happen. We've seen it before.
Again, you said it does happen with parents participating?
I think it's a lot more common than you might think.
And Chief, I mean, just initial reaction when we first heard about this story, I mean, it's just disgusting. What was your initial reaction, and just like, you know, your department's reaction to something like this?
Well, we have a unit that does this full time. This is what we focus on. And, you know, our scope is really trying to protect the children in our community. In this case, the suspect is coming from out of state, so we involved Homeland Security with this as well as the Marshal Service. And, you know, it's very concerning, but we know that it's very prevalent. We know that there's a lot of people out there with these deviant interests that prey on children, and we provide as much effort into it as we possibly can, but, you know, I'm afraid we're just scratching the surface on what's going on out there.
And he was a family medicine doctor. Would that mean he'd be working with kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think there can be other victims?
To our knowledge, based on the information in this case, he has been stating that he has not yet crossed that line, and he was looking for the right situation. So to our knowledge, there aren't any other victims, but you guys are going to put this information out with this individual. Who knows what might develop.
So the investigation continues?
Well, he's going to be transported from Michigan to Florida, and at that point he will make his appearance and have a bail, and, you know, so our investigation here is done. But if other victims are identified as a result of the information getting out, then those would be new investigations that he'd be dealing with.
What are his charges?
As I stated, so obscene communication with the intent to solicit a parent or guardian for sexual contact with a child.
And that's a felony.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any advice you want to throw out there, you know, for parents, you know, anyone that is on the internet about protecting yourself from people like this?
Well, the parents, right, if they have bad intentions, they're not looking to protect themselves from these things, right? So any decent parent, which, you know, I think there are a lot of parents in this room, this type of approach would really be offensive. If they're approached by somebody with this type of intention, they need to report them right away. That would be the first step. But more importantly, imagine your children or these children on the internet by themselves without a parent. And when the kid gets online, look at the chat apps that your children have and who they're talking to. Make sure you have access to their devices and you're aware of what conversations are being had, because children are susceptible and they're online every day, and there are predators out there looking to take advantage of them.
Was he explicit about what he wanted to do with his 5-year-old?
Extremely explicit, yes.
Can you go into some of it without?
It's very disturbing, sir. It's, you know, yeah, he wants to do some pretty awful things that should only occur between adults. And he's talking about doing it to a 5-year-old girl.
And he was willing to come to Florida to do this?
He was willing to travel, spend some time, develop a relationship. He wanted to establish himself as a father figure within the home for the express purpose of having sexual contact with a 5-year-old girl.
Just for clarification, did the detective who was posing as this mom pose as someone who lived in Michigan or lived in Florida or somewhere else?
Lived here in Florida. he was willing to travel to Florida to establish this relationship and have sexual contact with a 5-year-old girl.
So you had enough evidence to arrest him over there, but also could have you gone ahead and make him come here and arrest him here? We had a similar case in Boynton Beach 2 days ago.
Absolutely could have. The problem being, you want to get, once you establish probable cause and have a warrant, you want that person taken into custody. God forbid there's another victim or somebody else that he's grooming. You need to make sure that you get him, you protect the public as quickly as possible.
When do you think he's going to be transported here?
They have 18 days to extradite him to Florida. He cannot be released. Prior to that, he must get here and face the judge.
Monica provided a statement saying, in part, this arrest triggered an immediate suspension of Dr. Murdaugh's hospital privileges and a termination of all activity involving the physician. Dr. Murdaugh set to be extradited to Florida to stand before a judge within 3 weeks.
So when I tell y'all they're coming out the woodwork, they coming out the woodwork. Guys, this is a family doctor. This man treats children, and he is secretly fantasizing about sleeping with a 5-year-old little girl. Seems like this is the new normal. Like everybody accepts this type of behavior, but this is not right. This is really not right. Why are these people allowed to be walking amongst everyone else? So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Don't forget to drop a comment down below and let me know what y'all think about the man that's threatening to blow up the preschool and what y'all think about this pervert right here. And as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's be friends. See you on the next video.